What's going on there, guys? Earthmaster here, checking in on this Friday evening, right? It is Friday evening, January 8th, 2021 is the date, and about 9:13 p.m. West Coast time here in California. Taking a look at the Earthquake 3D globe, shows the latest quake here outside of Greece, 4.3 out there around the Mediterranean Sea region. Kind of some uptick in activity out there right now. And some movement to talk about down in the, right around the Fiji Islands area. Some surface quaking going on following the deeper movement there around the Kermadec Islands and also there to the northwest. But overall, activity around here is kind of quieting down. You can see the red color rings indicating the older earthquake activity. And also over here as well, towards the Indonesia Islands and westward, following that deep quake there, that 5.1 that struck, let's see exactly how deep that was. Oh yeah, 618 kilometers. That's pretty deep. Movement has, for the most part, quieted down a little bit here in the Pacific Ring of Fire. And, basically, looking over at this section of the globe here, we're starting to see an uptick in activity. South of Mexico, Chile region, Northern California, Nevada. It could be a potential sign of the bounce back effect, if you will, where activity is kind of dwindling down over here on this section of the Pacific Plate, while we see the uptick in activity over here. It just it never fails. It bounces back and forth, and that's the way it seems like it's 99% of the time. That's what happens. So with the older earthquake activity kind of dying down, this most recent activity dying down, things picking up over here, I could say that that's probably the case for right now. Hold on one second here. Let's go back over to the West Coast map. Make sure I refresh that. There we go. Refresh. There we go. Somehow, okay, hold on one second here. Okay, that is the latest. There is some activity up here in northern Nevada, or at least above Reno area, Pyramid Lake, seeing some earthquake activity. Kind of strange there. Some deeper movement too, about 13 kilometers below surface for those quakes, and some earthquake activity outside of Reno, Sparks area. Just a couple small microquakes there in the region. But things do appear to be picking up at the moment. Also some activity down here on the, let's see which specific fault section that is. Yeah, what is that? Elsinore Fault, Coyote Mountain section. Just a small little microquake outside of that fault system. And some activity up here on the North American side of the Pacific, or the plate boundary here. Just some microquakes. But movement, at the surface is pretty minimal, right? But once we go down here and check out the movement below the surface at the Cascadia subduction zone, we're looking at a tremendous amount of tremor going on there in southern Oregon. Basically, what's happening here is some movement going on. The surface quaking is kind of minimal at the moment along the west coast, but down dip stream there, we're looking at some slippage going on there, some buildup of pressure, creating these tremors in the Cascadia subduction zone. And it's basically confined to the southern Oregon area, parts of northern California as well. 300 and, what do we got there? About 338 epicenters taking place there in that region. And compared to yesterday, we'll check out yesterday's activity, about 90 earthquakes or so in that region, and some stretching down in northern California. But we're definitely looking at an uptick in tremor along the Cascadia subduction zone here today. I would say this started yesterday for sure. And that's about the only spot right now that's seen the slippage of tremor there along the Cascadia for now. And like I said, surface quaking remaining relatively quiet for the most part in the Pacific Northwest and including Northern California. Just a little small 2.2 off the coast there, surface quake along the Cascadia, Bald Mountain area, but nonetheless, Cascadia subduction zone out there. Let's see, what else? There's not a whole lot to talk about in the North American continent. Activity in the Alaska area quieting down as well. And as we get over here to the western part of the Pacific Ring, yes, there's still earthquake activity still on the map, but as I mentioned on the globe, we're seeing this earthquake activity die down out over here. Kind of die down, and we'll be dropping off that 24-hour threshold here pretty soon as we see earthquake activity ramp up on this side of the Pacific Plate. And there's that little 4.3 out there around the Greece area, Mediterranean Sea region, close to it anyway, right around Crete, Sea of Crete. What else we got here? Yellowstone National Park, pretty quiet. This is a refreshed map here. Just refresh it again and show you guys. Pretty quiet, like a Friday night, right? Nothing wrong with a quiet Friday night. Yeah, very, very quiet there. I was checking out the potential for a subduction zone out there along the New Zealand area. Let's see if I can bring that up here. It's a little section that sits just off the eastern coast off here. Little potential for some mega quaking going on in this little region here. I'm still kind of working on the pronunciation of this trench down here. I'm going to cover it a little bit more, I think, tomorrow. There's a lot of data to look at over this trench, this subducting area, and the potential for tsunamis out there. There's definitely been some big quakes out there in times past, in historical times, but there's still a lot I'm kind of reading and putting together for a little article in regards to this this trench right here. So I'll probably try and get that to you guys tomorrow. If not tomorrow, more than likely on Sunday evening, depending on if I have my nephew tomorrow. Kind of hard to put together a video when I have my nephew here, unless it's like a 1-minute video, which it's not going to be. What else we got here? Pretty, like I said, pretty quiet out here right now. Things are kind of changing with the motion of the ocean, of the plate tectonics there. That did not make sense. Okay. Solar ham, real quick, checking out the solar weather data. Pretty quiet, folks. Not a whole lot of sunspots out there. Minimal aurora threats. In fact, it looks pretty bleak out there. High latitudes only looking at a 20% chance of the aurora over the next 3 days or so. And the coronal holes, no, really none facing us, so no streams, solar streams to worry about at the moment. And yeah. Anyway, folks, please stay safe out there Friday night. There's a lot going on. And, you know, a lot of people out there partying and whatnot, having fun, and nothing wrong with that. But definitely do it safely. There's a low pressure system off the coast that's going to skip us here in California and kind of scoot up to the north and bring some rain along the coastal ranges and into Oregon and Washington. So we're kind of in a bad dry spell right now here in California. Next 10 days looking pretty bleak when it comes to rainfall. Not looking at too much precipitation at all, and it's kind of scary. I hope that's not all we're gonna get. You know, we only got like about an inch of rainfall accumulation so far this winter, and that's I think the deserts get more than we do here in this part of the state. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Gonna probably do a little bit more studying on that trench, and we'll chat you guys tomorrow sometime. Have a good night.